The 7th-ranked Volunteers have beaten Temple and a pair of Division II teams, most recently Prairie View A&M. Tennessee trailed at halftime, and even though they would pull the game out, they would never pull away from the Boll Weevils. Coach Bruce Pearl is hoping for some improved shooting from Chris Lofton and some improved chemistry, as tonight Tennessee faces Middle Tennessee. From Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee, tonight the 7th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers host the Blue Raiders from Middle Tennessee State and the Sun Belt Conference. Hi everybody, welcome to Rocky Top. I'm Randy Smith along with former Tennessee All-American Bill Justice. Tonight the Volunteers are going to raise that competition bar just a little bit, aren't they?
Middle Tennessee being an in-state rival, coming here playing Tennessee, the number 17 ranked team in the nation on the road. Big game for both teams. Tennessee's got to keep their momentum going to keep their ranking high.
This has not been a lengthy series. Middle Tennessee won the first game in the 1988 NIT. Tennessee's won 5 in a row, including a big win last year here in Knoxville.
Tennessee won by 30 last year, but the game was closer than that. The first half was tightly contested. Tennessee pulled away late in the game to win it handily.
A big Kentucky matchup tonight here in Tennessee. In 04 in Kentucky, Chris Lofton was the Mr. Kentucky champion, titleist, whatever. The guy finished second. Demetrius Green plays for Middle Tennessee. They're both on the floor. Who is a junior. Of course, senior Chris Lofton is not shooting the way he has been. He's been struggling a bit, but I think Coach Bruce Pearl not that concerned with it.
Well, once they get their rotation down and his minutes increase and he gets more comfortable with the guys on the floor with him, I don't think we'll have to worry about Chris Lofton. He needs to have a great year. He's an All-American preseason. Tennessee can ride him far, and if you're going to have a positive season into the postseason, you got to go with your All-American.
Stay with us. Tennessee taking on Middle Tennessee from about 2.5 hours up the road in Murfreesboro. Stay with us. We'll meet the starters in just a moment. Middle Tennessee State against 7th-ranked Tennessee coming up tonight. Randy Smith and Bill Justice with you here at Thompson Bowling Arena. And Bill, the Tennessee Volunteers' top 3 scorers are all named Smith.
The Smith brothers, and they all bring different talents to Tennessee's lineup. The new guy on the block, Tyler Smith, long-awaited talent, great player out of Giles County in Tennessee. Lamar Smith, the point guard, a great slasher, and Juwan Smith, probably the best athlete on the team.
Starting lineup for Tennessee, Juwan Smith, Chris Lofton, Lamar Smith at the guards. A couple of guys up front, that's Tyler Smith, and Wayne Chisholm at 6'9" gets the start. Tennessee's going to be facing a Middle Tennessee team that's staying with us. We'll be back to tip it up and start tonight's game here at Thompson Bowling Arena right after this. Are out in force a couple of days before Thanksgiving. Of course, this Volunteer basketball team will be in New York facing West Virginia Friday and likely Texas on Saturday. So they're, of course, playing in the finals, semifinals first, then the finals of the Legends Classic. Tennessee dressed in white. Middle Tennessee in their royal blue and white traveling uniforms. First road game of the season for MTSU. Chisholm against Hethington, and the Blue Raiders control the basketball. Kevin Kanaski in the backcourt, picked up by Jordan Howell, who's starting tonight in place of Lamar Smith.
And a tight man-to-man defense by Tennessee in the half-court defense.
Middle Tennessee had a lot of players hurt last year, and at the end of the year only averaged 62 points a game. Go inside to Dino Haird, lost it, stripped away, taken away by Jordan Howell. Tennessee comes the other way quickly. Juwan Smith. Yes, a 3. Juwan Smith puts Tennessee up 3-zip.
Turnover to basket. That's Tennessee's game plan. Turn them over, get it down to the other end, score in transition before the defense can get back to guard the goal.
Right corner it comes to Nigel Johnson. Brings it out to Gilchrist. Gilchrist bounces it to Kanaski, guarded by Howell. Kanaski puts it on the floor, bounces down inside, knocked away again, and a jump ball. Coach.
He has shuffled his lineup tonight, his starting lineup a little bit tonight. Green's not starting. Yates is not starting. Two of their better players.
Middle Tennessee opening in a zone defense. Penetrating is Tyler Smith. Back to Howell for three. In and out. Tipped around, and Wayne Chisholm's going over the back. The head coach of the Volunteers, winning 72% here. Middle Tennessee turns it over. Lofton for three. Bang! Lofton from out front. And the Volunteers have opened up a 6-0 lead.
You can tell from the crowd reaction how they love to see Chris Lofton hit his first shot. Nothing wrong with that stroke. Looked pretty good to me.
Kanaski right side to Uriah Hethington. On the floor with it, Nigel Johnson knocked away, kicked by Tennessee.
Great pass into Chisholm. Lofton spotted up. You simply cannot give him that kind of look. Had his feet set. Great shot.
And near midcourt, Juwan Smith thought he had another turnover. And the official pointed the other way, but they're going to give it to Tennessee anyway.
Tennessee's pressure, suffocating man-to-man defense with a lot of double teams down in the low post. And so far, MTSU has not gotten a shot up.
4 turnovers for the Blue Raiders all the way in. What a shot by Tyler Smith. Looked like he wanted to dunk and then just finger rolled it in. Timeout, Blue Raiders.
Randy, that's that big league ability we were talking about in the pregame. Just such great athletic ability. Watch him go up and finger roll it with the defensive man in his face. He's a really outstanding talent. When he gets to know the chemistry of this team, he's going to be a great addition for the Vols.
Tennessee has opened up an 8-0 lead, forcing 4 turnovers, and the Blue Raiders really don't have a shot at all to show in the first minute or 2 minutes and 10 seconds of this game.
Well, it's certainly the worst start that Coach Kermit Davis could have had for the Blue Raiders. His team has struggled a little bit on defense. They've been allowing the opponents to shoot 55% from the field, 40 because of the defensive end of the floor.
Nigel Johnson will bring it up for Middle Tennessee. Tennessee has opened up an 8-zip lead. Right corner, Kanaski. Dean O'Hare, Tennessee, in that smothering man-to-man defense. Nigel Johnson dribbles, tried to feed it down low and wanted to hit Uriah Hethington.
6'7" guy throws it out of bounds.
Jordan Howell getting the start tonight for Tennessee. Tyler Smith. Duke Cruz in the game for the Volunteers. Juwan Smith had it knocked away. Tyler Smith down the lane for the jam from Duke Cruz, and Tennessee's up 10-0.
That's another great thing Tyler Smith does. He has great vision. That's a real nice inside assist.
10 points for the Volunteers, and Middle Tennessee has not gotten a shot away. Kanaski looks for help, drops it off to Gilchrist. Left to the key. Skip pass over to Kanaski, guarded by Howell. Kanaski all the way in, got the shot away off the glass. It's no good. And Howell with a rebound. Quickly, Tyler Smith missed the layup. And Kanaski's got it. We come the other way.
Right now, Tennessee's just playing at a little different speed than Middle Tennessee State. Middle Tennessee's come in here to Knoxville. They need to get their feet under and get that first basket.
Green had it knocked away, saved it. Back to Kanaski out front. 23 on the shot clock. Tennessee's up 10-0. Kanaski, long three. Off the back, no good. And the rebound to Tyler Smith. Tennessee's got it. Bouncing it to Lofton. Lofton faking. Right side, Juwan Smith. Tennessee being patient. Middle Tennessee's in a man-to-man. They started in a zone, and the Volunteers brought him out of that quickly. Juwan Smith. Perfect.
Hard to bring your defense out quite that far. He was about 4 or 5 feet past the three-point arc.
Middle Tennessee with a 3-on-2 advantage. Yates with a jam. They beat the press and got the slam, their first basket, their first official shot attempt.
And when you run the full court press, you're going to give up some free baskets.
Juwan Smith with another three. He's got 6, and we have a timeout. Tennessee is up over Middle Tennessee 16-2 with 15:37 to go in the first half.
Tennessee's not been shooting the ball well from three-point land, and tonight they've already hit 4. And I'm sure that Coach Davis is telling his guys, look, you're going to have to be on the ball defensive players. They're not coming out and shutting down that open shot for Ron Smith and Chris Lofton.
Jordan Howell has 3 assists in the game for Tennessee. In fact, the Volunteers have hit 6 shots on 6 assists in this first 4+ minutes of the first half.
And that's great sharing, good sharing of the ball when you have 6 baskets and 6 assists.
16-2. And Tennessee obviously knows this is not Prairie View A&M. Kanaski against full court pressure. Gets it into Nigel Johnson. Johnson will bring it across the timeline. Tennessee's dogging him all the way. Kanaski open, missed it. Long rebound taken out by Tennessee. Volunteers, Juwan Smith behind the back dribble, and he's fouled by 9. The timeout, 15:24 to go in the first half. Tennessee is leading Middle Tennessee 16-2. We'll be back. Tennessee has a 16-2 lead, Bill Justice, and they're doing it on both sides of the court.
Absolutely. The defense, it has been all year. You can see it on the screen. 14 steals a game, and steals always lead to quick, easy baskets. 26 turnovers, both ends of the floor. They're shooting the ball well, scoring 90 points a game. We think this will be a little bit more of a challenge, but Middle Tennessee's weak spot has been on the defensive end of the floor in the first 3 games.
Tennessee has already stolen the ball 4 times in the first 4.5 minutes of the game. Chisholm, nice pass. Ramar Smith gets the layup, and Tennessee's up 18-2. Great pass by Chisholm.
But all the inside guys, they have good passing people inside. Tyler Smith, Chisholm, Ryan Childress, Duke Cruz, they're all good passers inside.
Childress in the game for Tennessee gets another steal. That's 5. Ramar Smith. Back to Childress down the lane, pivoting, shooting, and rolling it in. My goodness, so they're not going to miss. It's 20-2.
Tennessee's just playing so well right now, and Ryan Childress showing again what we said last year. He's continued to improve. He's become a very solid performer for Tennessee on the inside.
Tennessee's hit 8 of the Volunteers' first 10 shots in this game. Hudson in the game now for Middle Tennessee. Nigel Johnson down the line, and he is hammered by.
Beautiful pass by Chisholm there inside to Ramar Smith, who did a great job penetrating, and then a nice wheel move. Ryan Childress gets it to softly come off the backboard and go in.
Kanaski makes the deep pass to Avery. Darren Avery drops it off. Kanaski in the lane, faking again, putting it up, bouncing it up, no good. Tip no good by Hudson, who got the rebound. They volleyball it around, and finally Wayne Chisholm comes out of there with it for the Volunteers. Josh Tabb in the game. Tennessee's got a whole new starting 5 except for Chisholm, who missed a 3 badly, and it comes down to Kanaski.
Wayne kind of ran out of options there, so he just shot it.
Ramar Smith knocked it out of the hands of Hudson, and it will belong to Middle Tennessee underneath the Blue Raider basket.
You know, those disruptions on defense sometimes are almost as good as a turnover. It causes the offense to doubt their flow, and they don't get much rhythm going.
Middle Tennessee gets the ball in, stolen away. Tennessee's 6th steal. Josh Tabb dropping it off in the corner. Tatum, Cameron Tatum in the game, missed the shot. Hudson with the rebound. Green, Demetrius Green, who did not start, but he is guilty of a charge. Demetrius Green at 6'4", 190 just knocked Ryan Childress at 6'9", 235 down. Great job of acting.
You'll see him, though. He gets his feet planted real well. Good job. He held his position. It's a good call. He held the territory and drew the charge.
7 turnovers for Middle Tennessee State. They still have only 2 points. Tabb Drops it off to Chisholm. Josh Tabb back out front to Ramar Smith. He sets the offense now with 16 on the shot clock. Ramar Smith in the lane, running one-hander, no good. Childress gets the rebound. Tennessee will reset it. Childress dropping it down low to Chisholm, who will back out, missed the shot. Kanaski with a rebound. Tennessee's cooled off a little bit with this 5 in the game.
Middle Tennessee's been able to make Tennessee's big people shoot that 12, 15 footer, which is probably not exactly what they'd like to get.
After hitting 8 of their first 10, Tennessee's missed their last 4. And a foul against Middle Tennessee. That one is going to go against Theron Hudson. Except one. Bruce Stewart is the only one who won more.
He's a very intense coach, very intense. He comes from a coaching lineage. His father was a great coach at Mississippi State.
Lofton with an NBA 3, missed it. Middle Tennessee with a rebound, 12:15 to go, first half. Out front, Desmond Yates. Nigel Johnson working against Jordan Howe. Johnson all the way in, little carry-up shot, no good. Back for the rebound, Childress comes out with a loose basketball. Tennessee 2-on-2, Juwan Smith. Blocking foul, and Smith will draw 2 shots. Some of them actually related. Certainly not to me, Bill, but they have really contributed.
Making an impact, as we said in the pregame. There's Juwan from way past the three-point line. Great feed. And Ramar Smith doing what he does best, scoring on the inside. He's a very powerfully built guard, and he's tough to stop on the penetration and to stop inside. Turnovers, I mean, 1.5 to 1 or 2 to 1 is outstanding.
1 out of 2 for Juwan Smith, who has 10 in the game. Tennessee is up 21-2. Nigel Johnson, high post to Theron Hudson. Middle Tennessee's got some pretty good size. They can bang down low, but Johnson, nice shot just inside the line. And it's now 21-4.
A little more patience in the half-court set that time for Middle Tennessee State. They've got to cut down on the turnovers. They just need to get more shots.
Tennessee with the ball up by 17 early. 11:14 to go in the first half. Jordan Howell, who started in place of Ramar Smith. Back to Chris Lofton. Juwan out front. He is killing us with that 3. Unbelievable. He's got 13 in the first 10 minutes, actually first 9 minutes of the game. He's 4 out of 4 from behind the line.
Well, he's certainly got the hot hand. They'll have to do a heat check on him in a minute, but he is that kind of player. He's a streaky shooter. When he gets in rhythm from the outside, he can make plenty of them in a row.
24-4 after the 3 by Juwan Smith. Nigel Johnson for Middle Tennessee. Between the circles, Gilchrist left wing guarded by Lofton. Gilchrist a long 3, tip no good, rebounded by Tyler Smith. Tennessee's got the numbers. Juwan Smith in, out, yes. Automatic.
He is feeling it tonight.
15 for Juwan and only 4 for the Blue Raiders. Avery double team, comes out along the baseline, then stepped on the baseline. Another turnover, and Tennessee gets the ball back.
Here we see that range on Juwan Smith there, the land of plenty. I think he's made 5 3-pointers, and I think he's missed 1 shot. 5 3-pointers for 15.
What a night for Juwan. Tyler Smith with the basketball. Left side it comes Duke Cruz, who's back in the game. There's a give and go. Howell, Cruz, Juwan. My goodness gracious. 18 for Juwan Smith. And Tennessee's up 29-4. 6 out of 6 from behind the line. And finally, the foul against Middle Tennessee. That's Broderick Gilchrist. And a standing O for Juwan Smith.
A great pass out that time from Cruz, who had a shot underneath the basket. But you got to feed the pig when he's hot like that and let him have it.
6 out of 6. Lofton with the assist. Jawan with the basket. 20 points for Jawan. Tennessee's up 31-4. Nigel Johnson for 3. He quietly sits a few folks down. 5 for Johnson, 7 for the Blue Raiders.
Now let's see if they find him again here. Middle Tennessee's going to wonder who chose up sides.
Cruz is foul going in, so Duke Cruz is going to draw 2 shots from the foul line. Let's look at that alley-oop from Lofton again.
Great setup by Chris. And there's that athletic ability we were talking about. He's only 6'2". He's got about a 42, 43-inch vertical.
3 assists for Lofton in the game. That last one brought the house down. Jawan Smith with 20. And Cruz misses the first free throw. Jawan's going to get a breather. I'd be afraid to take him out, Freddie. Cool off. He's already tied his career high in terms of 3-pointers made.
That's one of those nights that every shot looks good to him. The basket looks big. The ball is like the size of a marble. And he's outstanding tonight. Tennessee's helping him. They've made some good feeds.
8:45 to go, first half. Middle Tennessee, a blocking foul against the Volunteers. Wayne Chisholm. Johnson, he misses the free throw, rebounded by Chisholm. Jordan Howell quickly up the floor for Tennessee. Lofton with a quick 3. Bang!
Well, that's good to see. Came off the screen from the ball screen. No dribble. Just catch it and shoot it.
6 for Lofton, who's 2 out of 3 from behind the arc. 35-9. Tennessee scrambles. They took it away, but now they call a timeout. Tennessee got it, plus the ball. And you gotta love the way Bruce Pearl's team is playing.
There's that coming across the ball, sets the ball, that ball handler up as a screen. Just gives him a short handoff. Perfect technique. People have been wondering if his shot was off a little bit. It looked pretty good to me. I watched him in the pregame. There's nothing wrong with Chris Lofton's shot.
Career leaders in the SEC for 3-point field goals. Pat Bradley of Arkansas with 366. Allen Houston had 346 here, and Chris Lofton with 318. I'd say at least Houston's total is in danger.
Oh, just an average year. Yeah, I mean, he's only, what, 50 away, 45 away.
Oh, yeah.
He'll get that.
Tennessee will get the basketball in. They lead it 35-9. Tennessee hitting 65%. And the long 3 by Tatum is no good. Follow-up is no good, but a foul.
Good offside position there, but
Ramar Smith was 0 for 12.
And that is something, Randy, that late in the year, when they get in the SEC and they get into postseason play, those numbers have got to improve, and they've got to improve dramatically, because you cannot win against in close ball games if you can't hit free throws, especially your ball handlers, your point guard, your shooting guard.
Kanaski working against Ramar Smith. Over to Nigel Johnson, works off the pick. Heffington not open. Tapped out of bounds by Tatum, and with 8 seconds to go, Middle Tennessee will get the ball. Timeout. Timeout on the floor. 7:33 to go, first half. Tennessee is in control. 33-9.
What?
Tennessee in control of this one, folks. 36-9. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jawan Smith is absolutely tearing it up. 20 points, 5 out of 5 from behind the arc. In fact, it's a little bit out of character, Bill, because no Tennessee player scored more than 15 points in any of their 3 games this year.
No, that's exactly right. They've been rotating 10 in and out. So guys have not been getting enough minutes or enough shots. They've got a lot of guys who have an offensive mind, and tonight's the shots are falling and they're getting it to him.
Nigel Johnson drops it off. Kanaski, long through. Nice shot. First basket of the game for him. And it's 36-12.
Kanansky is a preseason all-conference player. He's a good player. He's a good point guard. We remember him from last year.
Layup no good by Tennessee. That was Josh Tabb, and the steal by Tatum, and they'll go the other way. Foul against Tatum as he went after the ball, got it back.
Any space to get a shot. Tennessee has just played a suffocating defense.
That was only the first turnover for Tennessee as compared to 12 for the Blue Raiders. Shot missed out of the corner by Avery. Long rebound control by Tennessee. Josh Tabb with it now. Left corner, Wayne Chisholm. Tabb down the lane. First points of the game for Cameron Tatum.
Tennessee continues to have great teamwork. Every basket has had an assist to lead to it. So they're handling it, they're sharing it, playing a wonderful game on offense.
Nigel Johnson, fall away three, no good. Rebounded on the backside by Tennessee's Cameron Tatum. Volunteers up the floor, and they're doing it quickly. Romar Smith, Childress, Tatum. They play catch with it, looking for somebody open down the lane. Can't find anybody. Tabb down low to Chisholm. Chisholm bouncing it. One-hander off the glass and up and over Middle Tennessee's Theron Hudson.
Great pivot mood and use of the glass inside. Chisholm continues to develop as a player. Just a sophomore, you can see he's more powerful this year. His body is developed, and he's becoming a really inside force for Tennessee.
3 points for Chisholm on the game and a steal. Tennessee takes it away. They've got 3-on-2. Ramar Smith. Oh my! Over the head, the layup, and a three-point try coming up for Ramar Smith.
And the use of the left hand too. He is so dynamic. There's the steal. Ramar gives it up and gets it back. So strong going to the basket. That's his strongest suit. Taking it and getting to the rack.
Ramar averaging 12 a game for Tennessee. Gets his first basket and hits the free throw. That came after he was 0 for 12 in his last game, and he's grinning ear to ear.
And he acknowledges the crowd as they give him an applause for breaking a long dry spell. 0 for 12.
5:15 to go in the first half. Out of the corner, down the lane, Demetrius Green, and a foul.
The up-tempo pace, and they'll run that secondary fast break when they get it into the front court.
Foul was on Nigel Johnson, his third for Middle Tennessee. Juwan Smith back in the game, and going to the line will be Ramar Smith. Well, that might be part of Middle Tennessee's game plan. Foul Ramar Smith, put him on the line. 0 for 12 last game. He's 2 for 2 this game.
Somebody's been in the gym since the last game, I believe. Working on the rhythm, working on the routine of the foul shot. It's all concentration and it's all practice.
Ramar Smith now with 5 points, and he's hit 3 out of 3 free throws. Wonder if he could hit 12 out of 12 tonight to kind of even that thing up.
Well, it would help him get his confidence back. It wouldn't be a bad thing. He needs to be confident that late in the game, as the clock winds down in a close game, that he's going to be able to make free throws.
Out of the corner it comes. Middle Tennessee, Demetrius Green, left of the wing. Got away with a travel maybe. Gilchrist down to 10 on the shot clock in the corner. All the way in, taken away. Shot blocked. Tennessee did not let him get it to the rim. Oh, great pass, but Childress was not expecting it. Second Tennessee turnover. Green outside. Shot is short. And it's out of bounds. Tennessee play getting a little bit sloppy here with 4:24 to go in the first.
And do some pretty outstanding things with the basketball.
Tennessee up 45-13. Nice feed down low to Cruz. Count it. Plus the foul against the Blue Raiders.
Duke had actually lost control of that ball, but I think Hudson had him on the wrist anyway after the ball was gone. I think he was going to try to dunk it, but it came out of his hand.
So Duke, 5 points for him. 6 for him as he hits the free throw. Kanaski brings it across against Jordan Howell. Dean O'Hare, right side it comes for the Blue Raiders. Broderick Gilchrist, Tennessee looking at the Blue Raiders with a quicker lineup on the floor, and it hadn't helped them. Kanaski. 48-13, Tennessee jumped out to a 20-2 lead, and they have not slowed down.
Tennessee's been aggressive on both ends of the floor. You talk about being aggressive, you think of the defensive end, but Tennessee has penetrated, they've pushed it, they've penetrated inside and kicked it out for the three-point shot. They just have Middle Tennessee back on their heels on the offensive end of the floor. Tennessee is really attacking the basket.
Coach Bruce Pearl had his team going through their what normally you do a shoot around. They were working on defense today, and they were working hard. 5 for Kanaski as he goes 2 for 2 from the line. Middle Tennessee with a zone trap near midcourt. Tennessee beats it in the corner. Jawan Smith missed it. He's cooled off. First miss for Jawan, who's banked 20 points for Middle Tennessee, or for Tennessee here in the first half.
And he had a good look. He loves that corner. He's made a living in that right-hand corner for 4 years now. That's shooting the defensive end.
4 points for Yates. 17 for the Blue Raiders, and they're trapping again at midcourt. They lob it in the corner. Jawan Smith cross court to Lofton. Tyler Smith, Jawan right side. He'll pull up another three. Missed it again. Long rebound control by Jordan Howell. Lofton misses. Tennessee's missed 3 in a row from behind the arc. Big scrum for the ball, picked up by the Blue Raiders. They're going to push it 3-on-3. Kanaski, the corner, shot out of the corner, no good by Broderick Gilchrist. The long rebound comes down to Jawan Smith. Jawan lost his headband.
He can't play without that. He'll have to recover.
Down low, Tyler Smith falling away as fouled by Middle Tennessee.
He is their best defensive player, especially on the perimeter. They miss him in their half-court defense, especially.
Tyler Smith fouled again, and he goes back to the line. Dean O'Hare picks up the foul. Comes into the game. Looks a little bit like Dad, doesn't it?
Yes, he does. You can tell that he's Coach Pearl's son.
Hethington's back in the game for Middle Tennessee. Kanaski's gone all the way. Avery. Gilchrist working against Lofton. Right side, Kanaski with 14 left on the shot clock. Down low, Hethington spinning, shooting off the left hand. Up and off, no good. Rebounded by Jawan Smith. Here comes Tennessee. Lofton drives, drops it into Jawan Smith. You can count it. And the foul.
And again, you can thank Chris Lofton for sharing the basketball there. He had a guy that had a better shot than he had, so he makes a beautiful bounce pass along the baseline, makes that parallel pass to the baseline, and Jawan had the defensive player on his back. He gets fouled.
22 for Jawan Smith and 4 assists in the game for Chris Lofton. Three-point play the hard way for Jawan. 23 for him. Tennessee's opened up a 54-17 lead. Avery, too much contact by 2 points for him on 2 trips to the free throw line. And now Middle Tennessee pressing that zone trap. Tennessee beats it easily. Stephen Pearl had it knocked away and stolen. Josh Sane, a freshman, 3 turnovers now for Tennessee. Jump shot no good. Rebounded by Childress. Tennessee's turned it over 3 times, and they have 15 assists. Oh, what a pass. Jawan Smith to Childress, who will draw 2 shots up coming at the free throw line. I tell you what, Jawan Smith can do it all. I'm telling you, pass it, shoot it, defend, rebound.
Outstanding player. A good slash basket, a move to the basket by Childress. And Jawan Smith sees him, gives it to him. He has the man on his back and gets fouled. Oh, yeah, Jawan Smith is Tennessee's best athlete. We've talked about that many times over.
Free throws with just over a minute to go. The Volunteers have racked up 55 points in the first half. 3 points for Childress.
Jawan Smith's nickname on the Tennessee team is the Pest because he always seems to be in the way and he's always knocking the ball around.
Just like that.
That's exactly right.
Childress with the block. Howell with the basketball. Back down the lane. Jawan Smith. Carry-up shot is there.
We'll talk about career nights, and this is a career game for Jawan Smith. Something he'll remember for a long time. A walk-on player. There you see him. He gets the jump stop and gets fouled on the way to the basket. A walk-on player from McMinn County, Cleveland, Tennessee, and Tennessee's been rewarded greatly for bringing him into the program.
He's tied his current, or his career high, 25 points. If he hits this free throw, he'll break it, and that's just in the first half. And he does. 26 for Jawan Smith. And again, another standing O for Jawan Smith, who comes out with 40.5 seconds to go. First half.
I wonder if our former Tennessee great Tony White might be here tonight watching. He's got the all-time scoring record at 51, and right now
he's ahead of that thing.
Jawan's on pace.
Kanaski right side to Avery. Right side in the wing. It comes to Josh Sane, a freshman. Flips it across the court to Kanaski, and it out no good. Hethington with the follow. 2 points for Hethington. 6 seconds to go. 3. Long. Why not? Jordan Howell knocks it down, and the Volunteers have opened up a 61-21 lead over the Blue Raiders at halftime. My goodness, break. Whoa. 63% from the floor with 17 assists for Tennessee in the first half. We'll be back to recap it and talk to Coach Bruce Pearl coming up in just a moment. 21. And of the Tennessee 61 points in the first half, Jawan Smith has 26 of them. Unbelievable half.
And he's done it everywhere you can do it. He's hit three-pointers, he's made drives to the basket, he's made foul shots, and he's done it on the defensive end too. He's on fire tonight. Just a great, great performance.
Well, you know, Jordan Howell, of course, hit one right at the buzzer, so why not?
Here we see him about 5 feet behind the three-point line. Then the beautiful oop pass from Chris Lofton for the slam. Now the parallel pass to him along the baseline where he gets the score. Just did everything he could do. It's a career night for Jawan Smith.
Here are your statistics in the first half. Of course, the score, always the most important one, 61-21. Tennessee is hitting 63% from the floors compared to only 27. But that 27% is a lot better than what Middle Tennessee was shooting in the first 6-7 minutes of the game. Tennessee an unbelievable 8 out of 15 three-pointers.
Tennessee has filled up the stat line tonight, Randy. In every category, they're way above their season average on the offensive end and the defensive end. It's just been a total performance for Tennessee, a great performance.
A new career high for Jawan Smith, 26 points, and we're only at halftime. Tennessee leads it by 40 here at the break. We'll be back with more halftime at Thompson Bowling Arena in just a moment. Tennessee comfortably in front here at halftime over Middle Tennessee, 61-21. The Volunteers, of course, led by Jawan Smith's 26 points. Well, Bruce Pearl is kind of like a rock star all over the state of Tennessee. Everybody loves Bruce Pearl, and what an amazing job he's done.
Well, he has. He has proven that if you get the right guy in the right situation with the right passion and the right drive, you can get it done. He has made basketball important again in the state of Tennessee. witness the sellout crowds that they have here. The students are involved, the community's involved, the whole state's involved, and nationally, front page on the Sports Illustrated, the best players in high school basketball now are aware of Tennessee, and they're looking in Knoxville's direction.
And of course, Bruce Pearl is still recruiting. He's still working every day for this basketball program. I had a chance to sit down and talk with Coach Pearl earlier today, and one of the things we talked about was playing time for all these great athletes he's got coming into the program. Here's a little bit of what Coach Pearl had to say.
How do you find enough playing time for that many gifted athletes?
Well, you run, you press, you wear people down. You understand it's going to be closer at the beginning of the game than it is at the end of the game. And you get them to play hard and get them to play unselfishly. And you get them to go to their strengths. If you're shooting more than 50%, shoot more. If you're shooting less, turn it down a little bit. Same thing for the three-point line. And we still got guys that are trying to, find their roles within the framework. It is one of those things that it's going to take me a few weeks of this season. Hopefully we're good enough to win while we're learning. Problem is, we're awfully challenged early in the schedule.
Replacing Dane Bradshaw was a big question mark for everybody, not with points, rebounds, but with his leadership. That has been tough to replace.
Not only the leadership, but the things he did. Look, he was the captain of the all-glue team in the United States.
Yeah.
You got 5 guys on the basketball floor. When you take Dane Bradshaw out, he made the other 4 guys better. That's all he did. Those 4 guys aren't as good without Dane Bradshaw. Now you add, say, Tyler Smith, or Ryan Childress, or Brian Williams, or somebody with a little bit more size, they may individually be a better player for themselves, but they don't make the other 4 guys better. And that's what we missed with Dane Bradshaw being out of the lineup.
We got a lot of big expectations. I know that's what you wanted when you came here. 3 years in now to your program. You're number 7 in the country, picked to win the SEC. A lot of teams say, hey, this is a Final Four team. Those are some pretty big expectations.
They are big expectations, but I've got a relationship with our fans that they understand we're going to do as well as we can do every game, every season. Our expectation is the same every year, to compete for the SEC championship. Some years it's more realistic than others. This is a year where the roster is built where it is a realistic expectation. But to expect it to happen, you look around, who would have expected our football team to be playing for the SEC championship right now? You wouldn't have. And so you got to play this thing out. It's what we work for. It's what we want. We will compete for the championship every year. This year, I think it's worth expecting us to.
Well, after that interview, I'm sure he went home, took a shower. He came right off the practice floor, and he was just as excited as he was before practice started.
Great philosophy for the game and for life. You can see why players enjoy playing for him. Hitting over 50%, keep shooting it. If you're not, share it with a teammate. Great philosophy.
Well, Tennessee's got plenty to share tonight, 61-21. That's the score here at halftime as the Volunteers have a huge lead over Middle Tennessee. 20 more minutes coming up. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, a look at the game summary pretty much sums it up. Tennessee with a 61-21 lead, 14 turnovers, and 18 points off the bench. Of course, to go along with Juwan Smith's 26.
Yeah, Tennessee was just explosive on all fronts there. You see Jordan Howell bringing it down, looking ahead to Juwan Smith, who rings up the three-pointer. First of about 6 or 7 that he hit. There's another one from 3 or 4 feet behind. Again, that right-hand corner for Juwan Smith is magic for him. He's always liked that spot. And then the long three-pointer at the buzzer by Jordan Howell.
Scoring leaders in the game, 7 points for Nigel Johnson, 5 for Kevin Kanaski, leads Middle Tennessee. Of course, not a lot of balance for Tennessee because Juwan Smith has had the hot hand all night. 26. Ramar Smith with 7. Chris Lofton with a couple of threes has 6. Duke Cruz with 6, and Tyler Smith has 5.
You got the big number there for Juwan Smith, but they're on pace for 5 guys in double figures.
Stay with us. We'll be back to start the second half in Knoxville as Tennessee leads it by 40. We're back after this. Well, unless Middle Tennessee can outscore Tennessee by at least 40, this game may be over. But how do you approach that as a coach, because you're down by 40 or you're up by 40.
You know, Middle Tennessee State can only do one thing, Randy, and that's start the game over in the second half. They can hardly dream about making up 40 points, but now they play this second half as if it's nothing to nothing and play for pride, and they've got to continue to compete, and they've got to keep from being embarrassed, and they just come out and start the game over. For Tennessee, Coach Pearl's going to tell them, look, let's just keep playing. Let's reward some players that are walk-on practice players and let them play, and let's continue to improve our game. Middle Tennessee has got to start the game over and play for pride.
Theron Hudson gets hit with a personal foul, his 4th. That's not good. Tyler Smith back outside to Jordan Howell. Tennessee starting the same 5 that started the game in the second half. Knocked out of bounds by Avery, and Tennessee gets it back. Tennessee, Juwan Smith misses the 3. Knocked into the corner by Chisholm, but he knocked it off a Blue Raider. So the Volunteers will get the ball back.
Normally you might question that length on the three-pointer, but not tonight.
Jordan Howell with the basketball for Tennessee. Tennessee being a little more patient than they were at the start of the game as well. Tyler Smith in the corner. Juwan Smith backs out. 3 is short. Saved beautifully by Chisholm, who knocks it off of Kanaski, and Tennessee gets it back with 15 on the shot clock.
Middle Tennessee has gone back to a zone defense, and I think the idea there is to slow Tennessee down, make them use more shot clock, not let them use that one-on-one ability to get a quick shot up or to get shots with penetration.
Tyler Smith off the assist from Jordan Howell. He backed it in. 6th assist in the game for Jordan Howell.
Tyler Smith looked like he was going to pass that ball, and then when the lane was filled by the Middle Tennessee defender, he just went ahead and shot it in.
Tennessee up 63-21. First points of the second half belong to the Orange. Tried to go down low. Saved by Middle Tennessee. Kanaski, right side, left side rather. Down on the block to Hudson. In the lane. And Tennessee took it away. It's a jump ball. Tennessee contests not only every shot, but every move, every pass, everything.
That end on the defensive part of the floor for Tennessee was a good example. Everywhere the Middle Tennessee players went, there was help by Tennessee. There were hands on the ball. They were reaching, grabbing, stopping penetration.
Chisholm missed the layup, fights for his own rebound. They leave the ball on the floor and in the hands of Kanaski. Middle Tennessee with an advantage. They miss it, but they don't take advantage of that advantage. And then the reach-in foul against the Blue Raiders. Chris Lofton hammered as he came up the floor.
Nice job.
Nigel Johnson gets the foul. His 4th.
Nice job by Chris Lofton here on that rebound, tipping the ball to himself because he couldn't get full possession of it when he first went up.
Juwan Smith for 3. He missed his first 2 shots, but he didn't quit shooting. That's exactly what Coach Pearl wants, buddy. 29.
He won't quit shooting either. That's not Juwan's personality.
Kanaski right side. They go down low to Hudson, who muscles it up, but a foul against Duke Cruz, who's in the game. And there will be 2 shots upcoming. First foul on Cruz. And Theron Hudson will go to the line. Touch, 2 points for Hudson. And it's 66-23. Tyler Smith on the block. Down low they go to Cruz. Knocked away. Middle Tennessee with the basketball. Blue Raiders push it. Avery. Right side Johnson. Got a pick. Didn't use it. Right corner Kanaski. Down low and a foul. Reaching in against Duke Cruz of the Volunteers.
Player, they're going to call that foul on you every time.
Middle Tennessee plays it in. Gilchrist works against Juwan Smith. Demetrius Green out front. Kanaski in the block. One-hander is up and in by Theron Hudson, and he's got 4. All of them this half. Duke Cruz puts it on the floor, drops it back to a wide open Chris Lofton, who brings down his 3rd 3. Lofton with 9.
spotted up on the outside, and the ball handler can find him. It sure is a beautiful sight.
3 out of 5 for Lofton. All threes. He's got 9 points. Cruz with a takeaway. Tennessee pushing it again. Juwan Smith. 12 steals for the Volunteers, and that is a foul against Middle Tennessee. And Juwan Smith goes to the line.
There we see the kick out from Duke Cruz. See how he steps into his shot. He's got that backward lean, which makes it very hard to defend even if you're in his face. But when he takes that step in and has kind of a little bit of a lean backwards, that's his fundamental, that's his technique.
Foul was on Broderick Gilchrist of Middle Tennessee, his second. Childress in the game, and he threw it away. Right to the hands of Broderick Gilchrist. Gilchrist fouled, although actually Tennessee knocked it out of bounds, so Middle Tennessee gets it back with 31 seconds on the shot clock. Chris Lofton made him work for that. Desmond Yates also in the game for Middle Tennessee. This is Kanaski working against the other team's number 5, and that would be Chris Lofton. Kanaski out front, knocked away. Nice block of the ball by Lofton on the shot by Kanaski. It might have been a pass, but it was blocked by Lofton. Another turnover. Childress a long three, chased down into the corner, saved by Kanaski into Theron Hudson. And as a steal, picked up his dribble, reaches in and fouls Tennessee's Cameron Tatum.
They'll call that intentional because he fouled him from behind, and he was going to give up the basket anyway. But you foul the guy from behind, they're going to give you 2 shots and in possession.
Third foul on Kanaski with 15:45 to go in the ball game. 18 turnovers in the game now for Middle Tennessee. We'll be back right after this. Tennessee is well in control of this with 69-25, and we still have almost 16 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, Tennessee will just share the fun now and let everybody get involved in the game. And again, Middle Tennessee's just got to keep working, try to keep this margin at what it is or cut back on it. There's no such thing as a 40-point shot, is there, Randy?
No. And as the graphic told you, Coach Bruce Pearl has never lost to a non-conference opponent. 18-0. My goodness. And he's played some pretty good teams.
Sure has.
Texas for one.
Twice. He's beaten Texas twice. Might get him again this weekend.
That one bounces up and in for Cameron Tatum. 70 points now for the Volunteers and 3 for Tatum. And he misses 1 out of 2. And Tennessee gets the ball on the side after the intentional foul called against Kanaski. Inbounds to Ramar Smith in the game. Childress bounces it to Chisholm. Chisholm off the left hand. Nice post move by Wayne Chisholm.
Long reach there. Laid it up with the left hand. Again, that maturing process, and he's able to score. He's able to finish down low this year better than he could last year.
5 points for Wayne Chisholm. Demetrius Green guarded by Chisholm. Boy, that's a mismatch. Out front, Gilchrist. And Chisholm almost got the steal. Saved by Dean O'Hare. Flips it to Kanaski from outside. Up and off, no good. Rebounded by Chisholm. Up the floor, Ramar Smith. The carry-up shot, no good, but a foul. And Ramar Smith's going to draw a couple of free throws, which last Friday night was a real adventure for Ramar Smith. 0 for 12.
Now, he was lost in the wilderness on that adventure, I'll tell you. But that's a good example, that play right there, of what he does best. A explosive drive. He's so strong that the smaller perimeter defenders cannot stop him on his penetration to the goal.
Well, he hit his first 3 free throws, missed this one, so he's now 3 out of 4. 1 out of 2, so he's now 4 out of 5 for the game. That's not bad.
No, it isn't, and his rotation looks good. His shot looks good. If he keeps it from getting down on the heel of the hand, he actually shoots the ball pretty well.
Out front, Dean O'Hare drops it off to Kanaski. Dean O'Hare, right corner. It comes to Gilchrist. Demetrius Green, carry-up shot, no good. And he dropped it out of bounds. 19 turnovers for Middle Tennessee. Volunteers with the basketball, just over 14.5 minutes to go in the ballgame. And they are out in front and in control. Lamar Smith. Childress going to spot up a three. Missed it badly off the side of the backboard, and the reach-in foul by Cameron Tatum. Gilchrist takes the inbound from Kevin Kanaski. Blue Raiders working the ball around. Desmond Yates, right side Gilchrist. Down low on the block they go to Yates. One-hander up, no good. Nice shot by Yates, but he couldn't get it to fall over Chisholm.
Very nice shot in good defensive position. Both players performed well there. It just couldn't go for him.
16 fouls against the Blue Raiders, so the next one will put Tennessee in the bonus. Lamar Smith. Little spinning reverse layup. Foul was on Gilchrist, his fourth, so that's 3 Middle Tennessee players with 4 fouls. And Lamar Smith hits the first free throw. He's 5 out of 6.
He's looking for a little redemption. You know that he was a 5-star player coming out of high school, and he was embarrassed to go 0 for 12. You know he was.
6 out of 7 free throws. For Ramar, Tennessee's lead 75-25. They're up by 50. Cross-court pass. It comes. Green with the ball. Tennessee's now working in a zone defense. Kanaski, they whip it around. He puts it off the glass and in. Kevin Kanaski, nice shot. He's got 7.
One of the few shots Middle Tennessee has had coming to the basket tonight. Tennessee's just had it sealed off with that pressure and that help defense.
And Middle Tennessee got the foul.
He didn't sprint over there to get it. He kind of just turned around lackadaisically, and the other guy beat him to the ball. So Coach Pearl's telling him that, hey, when he gets knocks away from you, go get it. Get on the floor.
Middle Tennessee with the ball into the front court now. It comes to the high post to Yates. Give and go around the top. Green tapped away by Juwan Smith. Johnson. Down low, Hare, and the foul going in. Again, good. Rebounded by Tennessee's Josh Tabb. Tabb looks for help, drops it to Ramar Smith. Tyler Smith out away from the basket. They go down low to Chisholm. Nice move. He missed the shot off the left hand, and the rebound comes down to Desmond Yates. Nigel Johnson. Nice feed to Green, and the foul. Green makes the second, so he's got 4. Middle Tennessee's got 28. Tyler Smith, Jordan Howell from outside. 3 for Jordan Howell. 6 for him. He made one right before the first half ended.
And I'll tell you, Jordan Howell continues to make his case for playing time. He's developed into a very steady point guard. Always been a good shooter. That was his reputation out of high school and when he transferred here.
Tennessee 11 of 22 from behind the line. The miss, the rebound by Juwan Smith. Great pass up to Tabb for the layup.
And Tennessee's still going at full speed up and down the floor, and you can see Coach Kermit Davis is not happy with the retreat of his defense.
80-28, and a timeout called by the Blue Raiders. It'll be a 30-second timeout. That's what the official is saying, but we're going to take it with them. 11:38 to go. Tennessee in control with 23 assists. They've got 80 points. Tennessee with a comfortable 80-28 lead over Middle Tennessee. And Chris Lofton is just kind of silently having a pretty good game.
He is stepping into his shot, getting his feet under him, using the legs to get the ball up. His shot looks like it always has. I think we'll see Chris Lofton as the season goes on shoulder more of the scoring burden, and he'll be the go-to guy for Tennessee in the crunch.
Middle Tennessee plays it in, down by an 80-28 count. Inbounds it comes to Nigel Johnson. High post to Yates. Yates down low. Tennessee knocked it away. Saved by Yates. But he saved it right to Jordan Howell. 14 steals. Howell for three. So
Got to guard the ball. Nobody ever even came out to challenge Jordan Howell. They bring it down. They beat him down in transition. He takes the wide open three-pointer.
9 for Howell. He's got 3 threes. Tennessee's up 83-28. Josh Sain tried to drop it inside. A blocking foul is going to be called on. No, they're going to call a charge. A charge against Middle Tennessee, and it's going to be on Josh Sain, the freshman from Jackson, Tennessee, his first. And with that, we'll take another timeout. Just under 11 minutes to go here at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville. The Volunteers comfortably in control. Tennessee has a 83-28 your score, and unless Middle Tennessee can score at least 12, maybe 14 more points, they're going to share or hold the record for fewest points allowed. The record currently 40, scored by East Tennessee back in '96.
And that's about the pace they're on. They're on the pace to get around 40 points in this game.
Juwan Smith. Oh, what a dunk by Tyler Smith. That wasn't necessarily a pass. It was a loose ball. He just grabbed it out of the air and slammed it in. He's got 9.
I'll bet you Juwan to say that was a pass all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Now give me an assist on that.
Kanaski out front for Middle Tennessee. Dean O'Hare threw it away. Tried to hit freshman Josh Sain. 23 turnovers in the game. Now we still have over 10 minutes to go in the second half.
Penetration. Yeah, he just kind of laid it up there. He was going out of bounds. It was going to be an out of bounds or a traveling call, so he put it up. Tyler Smith saved him. Beautiful, beautiful play.
Chris Lofton, cross court to Juwan Smith. He's open. Why not? 32 points for Juwan Smith.
Is it too early to name the player of the game?
7 out of 11 from behind the arc. I think we could have named it at halftime. Hudson with a miss, but a foul against somebody in a white shirt. And Juwan Smith comes out to a nice applause.
And he may be done for the night.
32 points as he hit 11 out of 15 shots, 7 of 11 three-pointers.
And what, 26 at the half?
Just unbelievable.
An explosive performance by Juwani tonight.
Jordan Howell drops it off to Chris Lofton. Tyler Smith spinning, one-hander in front, rolls it around, drops it in. That wasn't as pretty as time as Juwan Smith, but Tyler very, very efficient.
He's a player. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of skills, and he gets more comfortable with the system and with his teammates. He's going to be a great player for Tennessee.
Third ball in double figures. Tyler with 11. In the corner, it comes to Sain, who puts it on the floor, missed the shot. Lofton with a rebound. 9:02 to go in the game. Lofton's going to square up. Bang! Three for Chris Lofton. He's 4 out of 6. He's got a dozen points, all of them from behind the three-point line.
He's got a pretty good stat line besides that, too. He's done a lot of things tonight. He's had assists. He's had rebounds. He's played good defense. His overall game's been outstanding.
6 assists to go with those 12 points for Chris Lofton. Kanaski works against Jordan Howell, but before we can get the shot away, we've got a timeout called by Middle Tennessee with 8:22 to go in the game.
Defensive guy slacks up just a little bit. He was right on his hip, and then he backed up. Chris said, why not? That's my shot right there. I'll take it.
Well, when he doesn't feel that pressure, He just backs up, and the shot's in the air before anybody can react to it.
And he's got that backward lean tonight, which gives him that that great three-point shot. There you can see the career leaders, and Chris Lofton right at the top at 43. Boy, anybody would take that. That's outstanding shooting.
Lofton, of course, even though he has off to a poor start this year, that career three-point percentage is still very, very good, over 43%. Middle Tennessee with the inbounds. Hudson. Kanaski fakes the three. Little carry-up shot. Nice shot by Kevin Kanaski. He's got 9. Lofton squaring up again. Yes!
And again, that lean back where he gets the defensive player just a little bit further from him. And that's the kind of shot we're accustomed to seeing from the guy they call CeeLo.
15 for Lofton on 5 threes. 96-32, 7:45 to go in the game. Hudson down low. Going to maneuver his way in, put it up and off the glass. Hudson's got 6, all of them in this half.
He's had a productive half on both ends of the floor. He's played pretty good defense. He's scored 6 points and trying to make his presence felt in the low post.
You know, this is not a bad basketball team. This score is really not indicative. Lofton, layup good. His first non-3. Lofton's got 17.
No, Middle Tennessee's got to recover from this, Randy, and they've got to bounce back. They've got a lot to play for. They, of course, have still got a full season of conference play to play, and they've got to put this one behind them and move on.
Johnson wide open is Sane, who puts it up. Somebody got lost right there on defense. 2 points for Josh Sane, his first basket of the game. Tyler Smith to Ramar Smith. Lofton spinning. Back out front to Ramar. Tyler. 17 on the shot clock. Ramar Smith off the pick. Tyler had it knocked away and stolen. Coming out of there with it, Josh Sane behind the back. Pull-up jumper, no good. Lofton with the rebound. Quickly, Ramar Smith behind the back, carrying up in front. Good by Ramar Smith. He's got a dozen.
Great ball handling by both Chris Lofton and Ramar Smith as they advance the ball down the floor. A couple of nice ball handling maneuvers.
Just over 6 minutes to go in the game. Tennessee has locked up 100. Sane for 3. Missed it. Rebound hauled in by Ramar Smith with 5:52 to go. Lofton for 3. Short. Kanaski with a rebound. Sane against Ramar. Sane shot no good. Hudson with a follow. Hudson's got 8. And it's now 100-38.
Good hustle follow-up by Hudson there. A lot of times big guys will stop about half court on that when it looks like somebody's got a breakaway, but he followed it on in and rewarded himself with a basket.
Tennessee calls a 30-second timeout, and that was nothing more than to get 3 substitutes on the side a chance to get in the game. Yeah.
There's the Laurel dribble now you see behind the back. And again, the penetration by Ramar Smith, what he does so well. Nice assist by Chris. He's had a pretty good all-around game tonight. Good coming out party for him. He's back in form.
Tennessee has 28 assists. And right now it's 3 shy of the single game school record. And I think with 5:33 to go, they might be able to get there.
And there's been a lot of guys who've had assists. It's not one guy getting double figures. They've shared the ball really well. They're sharing the wealth. This team seems to have good chemistry, and they don't care who scores. And some nights it's going to be Juwan, some nights it's going to be Tyler. A lot of nights it's going to be Chris Lofton.
Stephen Furl back in the game for Tennessee. Duke Cruz is in, so is Josh Tabb. Cameron Tatum's also in, and he's got the ball up front. Hands it off to Ramar Smith. Tennessee's going to weave things around. Tennessee comfortably. Great feed. Cruz goes up for the dunk. And Theron Hudson has just fouled out. Hudson is going to pick up foul number 5, and he will leave with 8 points in all of them in this half. See, would like to take some of these points with them to New York, I think, for this weekend, wouldn't it?
Yeah, take them when you can get them. Here we see Chris Lofton, a little highlight package there again. Gets the shoulder rotation where it's facing the basket, has that little backward lean. That's his shot. You see him on the drive there. Great move up off the backboard. Got the defender to commit himself and go up in the air. Banked it off the board.
In case you're wondering about and you look at Chris Lofton, who's also through for the night along with Juwan Smith. But in case you're wondering about the largest margin of victory, I don't think Tennessee's going to get that. It's 79. But they are within reach of the next two. 64 and 61. They're up 67, 68 now. So 63 now. So they're within reach of it. Because if they put Juwan back in the game, they might catch 79. You never know.
I think his Adidas's are off his feet. I think his shoes are off.
1 out of 2 free throws. 7 points on the game for Tatum. And it will be Gilchrist out front. Demetrius Green. Outside to Gilchrist. Off the pick by Heffington, who has not been in a while. Green stops, tried to feed inside to Heffington, and Tennessee's interior defense has just been super. 24 turnovers in the game now. 15 of them steals. There's the lob. Duke Cruz up and in. Cruz. He's got 9.
But he finished inside. Again, that's what we talked about. Chisholm and Cruz have made improvements on being able to finish the shot inside, get it up, even when they get bumped or nudged, and get it up to the basket where they have a chance to get it in or to get fouled.
Just over 4 minutes to go in the game. Out front, Middle Tennessee with the ball. Heffington guarded by Cruz to Gilchrist. Under 4 minutes to go. There's Gilchrist for 3 outside. Tipped around, saved by Heffington. And they contest him. Stephen Pearl and Cameron Tatum. Fresh shot clock for Middle Tennessee. Demetrius Green. Heffington out high. In the corner, and a foul away from the ball against Middle Tennessee, and it will be on Desmond Yates. And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the ball game in Knoxville, Tennessee leads it 103-38. We'll be back. Tennessee is only 1 3-pointer, Bill Justice, away from the school record of 16. They've got 15. And of those 15, Chris Lofton's got 5. Juwan Smith's got 7. They got 12 of the 15.
Yeah, they've placed the balls in the hands of the shooters tonight. Jordan Howell's got a couple of those too. So their perimeter players have accounted for almost all of those. They've got other guys like Ryan Childress that can make them, but most of them have been where the ball is in the hands of Tennessee's best perimeter shooters.
I would say that guy's shooting problems are over. Had a good game. Down low, Middle Tennessee takes it away. The steal by Uriah Heffington. 8 turnovers in the game for Tennessee, and that is not many at all. Green tried to go inside, stolen away. Tanner Wiles in the game now for the Volunteers. Cameron Tatum started in, pulls back out, back to Tanner Wiles. In the corner, Duke Cruz. Cruz in the lane, running one-hander, no good. Rebound by Yates. In the corner it comes to Johnson. Johnson works off the pick, didn't use it. Gilchrist back over to Demetrius Green. Gilchrist in the corner. I don't think they're going to shoot a 3. They've had a couple of good looks, but Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yates missed the shot. Rebounded by Cameron Tatum. Tatum all the way. No good, but a foul. And Tatum will get 2 shots.
I think Middle Tennessee is, of course, just at this point content to run the offense. This is almost got to treat this now like a practice session where you just work to get a little bit better and get your timing a little better.
Well, Kermit Davis looks shell-shocked.
Yeah, he's. It's going to be a long bus ride home for Middle Tennessee.
Tatum's first shot is there. Volunteers have 7 for Cameron Tatum, and Tennessee's clearing out the bench. Coming in is Quinn Cannington, sophomore from Knoxville. 7 points, by the way, for Tatum. And also in the game is Rick Daniels Mulholland from Oak Ridge. 1 out of 2 for Tatum. Just over 2 minutes to play. On the block, Uriah Hethington. Nice one-hand shot. And it goes out of bounds, belongs to Middle Tennessee with 1:55 to go in the game.
Tennessee has some guys who work hard in practice every day to help the team get better, get a chance to play on the main arena.
A steal, Tatum. The steal and the jump. Steal basket for Tatum. 17 steals for Tennessee in the game. Demetrius Green, 1.5 minutes to play, and another steal for the Volunteers. Daniels Mulholland hands it off to Carrington, and Tennessee's got the ball in a huge lead. Tennessee out front. This is Tatum. Tatum's going to launch a long 109 for Tatum.
That's 71. That's a 71. Did it say the 71-point victory is their biggest ever?
79.
79.
Tennessee's 16th 3. That is a school record. Offensive foul against Hethington. And we go to the other end. Tennessee's got the ball with 46.5 seconds left. Tatum lost it. Middle Tennessee picked it up. 30 seconds to go in the game. Yates, right side with 20 seconds. The shot clock is pretty much even with the game clock, so Green works off the pick, drives the baseline, drops it off to Gilchrist. 6 seconds. Gilchrist layup good. 5.1 seconds. And that'll do it. Tennessee has absolutely clobbered Middle Tennessee tonight. 109-40. 69-point margin, the second largest in school history. And the 40 points that Middle Tennessee scored tied the lowest margin or the lowest point total for any visiting team in Thompson-Boling Arena.
Yeah, and you know, Middle Tennessee just never could gain any momentum. With 10 minutes left, they still had a chance to get more than 40 points and just never could come out of that. Tennessee continued to defend them all over the floor, and Middle Tennessee just couldn't do anything tonight. Tennessee probably played one of their best basketball games that they played in Thompson-Boling Arena in a long time. Both ends of the floor, all players, a complete game for Tennessee.
Not much to complain about, and they beat a pretty good basketball team. This team was picked to finish third in the Eastern Division of the Gulf South Conference.
That's exactly right. It's a team that had 4 starters back from last year, and Tennessee comes in here and completely wipes them out. It's a testimony to Tennessee's talent level this year and their depth, and all their players hitting on the same level. That's a really good basketball team.
Tennessee had 30 assists as a team and only 9 turnovers. They hit 65% from the floor. Pretty good night's work.
Yeah, all the numbers, the whole line line of Tennessee. Everything sticks out as being exceptional tonight.
All right, we want to invite you to stay tuned as Bruce Pearl, Under the Lights, comes up immediately following. For Bill Justice, I'm Randy Smith. Our final score again, Tennessee 109, Middle Tennessee State 40. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and so long from Knoxville and Thompson Bowling Arena. Tennessee had 30 assists as a team and only 9 turnovers. They hit 65% from the floor. Pretty good night's work.
Yeah, all the numbers, the whole line of Tennessee, everything sticks out as being exceptional tonight.